Hey everybody, welcome, and we're going to talk about light today in your photography and how different directions of light can affect your photos. Light is really the most important factor to a good photograph. It sets the mood, it sets the color, it can really make or break your photo. So we're going to talk today about different qualities of light. Do you have any idea of what time of day is the best time to take photos? Well, most photographers will tell you there's a time called the golden hour. And this is a magical time about an hour after the sun rises or about an hour before the sun sets, when the light is low in the sky and it throws this beautiful golden light. Golden hour looks like this, these long shafts of light. It's just beautiful. So, right after the golden hour, you might see the blue hour, where the sun is even lower in the sky, and you'll see shades of blues and greens and grays at twilight. Now, different kind of light can give you different kind of effects. So when you look at these two images, which one do you think is better? Well, most people will say that this one is better because it doesn't have the harsh shadows. In this one, this is a direct light. It's hard. That means it's kind of like, imagine somebody just took a light and shined it right on her. She's got deep shadows and bright space, like bright spots on this part and deep shadows over here. Whereas over here, the light is more smooth. It's spread out. It's a softer, indirect light. So how do you get hard light and soft light? Well, hard light is from really bright sun, or if you wanted to do it as an effect, like with spotlights like this on a stage, you can see there's really a big contrast between the light and the dark, the bright and the shadow, and that is called direct light. Most photographers would like softer light, and so they do something that's a little more artistic, and what they're trying to do is spread the light out. So if you ever seen photographers shooting through umbrellas, or maybe there's a curtain on the window or something, or putting someone in shade, what that's doing is spreading out the light so it's softer shadows. Here's another soft light example. Now, tips for good lighting is, first of all, to pay attention to where the light is to your subject. That's what we're going to be talking about next. It's always better to be outside to get good pictures, because inside it's just too many variables with different kinds of light and lights and dark areas. So go outside. Cloudy days are easier to deal with than bright sunny days because the light is softer and you don't have to deal with so much harsh direct light. So we're going to be talking about direction of light and what happens when you move the light around compared to your subject. So if this is you, if the light's behind them or to the side or into the front, that's what we're going to talk about next. All right, front light. This is when you're taking her picture, the light is coming from behind you and into her face. Now, again, this is more indirect light because it's not like a spotlight on her face, but the light is illuminating her face, and it's pretty evenly spread. There's no lines or shadows on her face. Front light is considered very glamorous. It's used in fashion photography, in studio lighting, where they want, again, even lighting on the face, and it's really nice. It minimizes lines and wrinkles and things like that. It looks really good. Now, let's say we moved the light and now it's coming straight down from the ceiling, or like the sun in the sky. It's straight down just like this. Well, what happens with top light is you might see shadow in eye sockets or under hat brim, the brim of a hat. And so if you get shadows like this, use a flash. Even when you're outside, it feels weird on a bright sunny day, but what that will do is fill in the shadow. It's called a fill flash. So it fills in those shadowy areas. Now, sometimes you can do top light for some really cool effects. So again, like this might be used in a studio shot, or like old Hollywood, they used to do top lighting that was kind of glamorous also. Now, low light, let's say you take the light and now you move it below your subject's face, so like under their chin. You've probably done this with a flashlight in the dark. It's that mysterious, creepy looking thing. You don't see many bridal photos taken with low light in this way. It's a little creepy. Now, doesn't mean you can't get good low light pictures. Let's say you went into the dark with just a candle. You can get some beautiful, soft, low light photos. Here's one with little holiday lights. So if you have a string of lights, you may want to try and take a picture with no flash. The only light that's in the room is from the little string of lights or the candle. Well, what happens when the light comes in from the side? If it comes in from the side, it shows the texture of things. So you can see the lines and the wrinkles here. It also splits the subject in half. So you've got half in light and half in shadow. Just like this guy. So here comes the light here. We're illuminating the scruff of his beard, and this side of his face is completely in shadow. This one, her face is turned just a little more to the light, so you're seeing the other eye, but that's kind of a dramatic effect when it's called split light. You're splitting the face in half between light and shadow. All right, well, what happens when we put the light behind someone? Well, if the light is behind your subject, then it creates a silhouette and it shows the shape of things. And that can be some really interesting, cool effects if you go outside and try to get some good backlight. Backlight can also create like a little rim of light in hair. So photographers will often try to catch some good highlights with backlighting also. All right, so here's some basic tips. Try to avoid shooting outside on a brightish midday sun, just because, again, we're getting dark shadows in here and it's not as flattering of light. Be careful when you take a picture of someone in a window, because if their back is to the window, you're going to see the shape of them because the light is behind them. So instead, you'd have to use a fill flash, turn on your flash to fill in what the camera cannot see. And then that's one way to get a picture of someone in the window. Now, the better way to take a picture in the window is to move so that you are facing that person and you're standing there with the window right here. Don't stand over here with you looking towards the window, because if you did, she would become a silhouette. You would see the shape of her. But instead, you stand face to face here. Let this window be here. No flash. Let that sunlight come in onto her face. It's soft. It's beautiful. It's a great way to take pictures in a window. All right, here's what I want you to do this week. I want you to try 3 different types of shots. First, try to get a silhouette. Now you can do that either by putting someone in a window like this. Maybe you get a silhouette of them standing in the window. Then, or honestly, I think it'd be more fun if you go outside at dark, or, you know, like as the sun is going down. So just past the golden hour, but see if you can catch that silhouette, maybe of a tree or someone outside. Try moving your light to the side so that the light is coming in and hitting the side of someone like this, where either it splits their face in half, or here's some side light too, just coming in from a window like that. So I'd like you to try to do a couple of window shots, try some side lighting, and then if you're really brave, take a candle, go into a dark room and try to shoot by candlelight, no other light in the room. So that's what I want you to try to do this week. When you are done, I want you to put your pictures on a Google slide and then just upload that to the Google Classroom so I can see what you've been doing. Give me your best 3 shots. So silhouette, split or side light, and candlelight. All right, good luck. I can't wait to see what you got.